So again we start polyethylene glycol as a base. So it's also called as Pastenal, Germany, Carbovex, United States. They are long chain polymers of ethylene oxide. They occur in liquid and solids. Liquids have molecular weight about 200 to 600. Solid have molecular weight about more than 1000. They are also called as macrogols. They are the mixture of two or more grades of macrogol used as suppository base. So what happened that here two different types of polyethyl glycols are added for suppository bases. You can see over there these bases that if they're in liquid forms, you have polyethylene in 400, semi-solid is there, polyethylene 600, then there is a code PEG 3350, it has different shape. These are various shapes. So example is, so in base, what poly 4000 have 33 parts, 6000 have 47 parts. Well, that must have a pure water up to 20 parts. So if you combine these, it becomes 100. For hard suppositories, polyethylene 1000 means there was a hard, it has 75 parts, 4000 has 25 parts. So for soft suppositories, polyethylene 1000, they have 96 parts and then 4 parts of, so that becomes a soft suppository. Hard suppository and soft suppository, this type of base has been used. Now, what the advantage of this base? This base is thermostable. It does not get degraded or hydrolyzed. It does not support microbial growth. It does not move out from body cavity after introducing. It has good water absorbing capacity. It is chemically. So first is that it is a thermostable. Means at normal temperature when it has to be placed, it is stable. It do not melt. It does not get degraded or hydrolyzed on the required temperature. It does not support microbial growth. So in this phase, no microbial growth has been placed. It does not move out from body cavity after it cannot melt easily. It has good water absorbing capacity. It is chemically stable. So we need a stable dosage form, a stable product. So that's why it is a good base. Disadvantage of this PEG, it is susceptible to rancidification. Rancidification means the rottens give smells, bad smells. When exposed to higher temperature or low temperature, this becomes rancidification, it gives bad smell. Mostly you can found in your refrigerator, sometimes there is a bad smell. So there are chances that they can produce bad smell. So rancidifications, so it should be stored in dry place away from light. It melts easily in warm weather, so it should stored in cool place in warm season. Large quantities of water cannot be incorporated into the bases, so emulsifiers such as Tween 6-1 are useful to increase the absorption of water. The physical characteristic of bases are changed from batch to batch. Sometimes leakage may be occur after introducing in body cavity. Lipophilic base are the cocoa butter. It is natural triglyceride. Among all fatty acids, about 40% are unsaturated fatty acid. It can exist in more than one crystalline form or exhibits polymorphism. At room temperature, it is yellowish white with the paints chocolate-like odor. It consists of a mixture of ester of oleic acid, palmitic acid, stearic acid, and other fatty acids with glycerol. Advantage that it is liquefied readily on warming and sets rapidly on cooling. It has emollient effect, which is useful to relieve inflammation. It shows good release of water-soluble drugs. It does not cause irritation in mucous membrane. Now, what disadvantage of this? It is susceptible to rancidification, same of that previous one. So it should be stored in dry place away from light. It gives soft suppository. when formulated along with chloral hydrate, phenol, volatile oil, which have lower melting point. The physical property of the base is very firm wash to wedge. It requires extra lubricant during pouring in holder. Sometimes leakage may be occur. So you can see the various pictures of this suppository of cocoa butter and suppository of glycerogelatin. That is little bit transparent. This is a suppository of cocoa butter. You can see over there. Antioxidant has to be added in this suppository. So it is protect the drugs and bases from getting degraded due to oxidation. These are commonly used in all types of suppositories. Classification of antioxidants. First is antioxidants. So what they do, they act by reacting with the free radicals. They are butylated hydroxy and sol, butylated hydroxy, tocopherols. And then reducing agents is there, have lower redox potential than drug and gets oxidized first. Example, ascorbic acid, potassium and sodium metabisulfate, thiosulfate used for aqueous system. Antioxidants, synergists, chelating or sequestrating agents enhances the effects of antioxidants. Example, citric acid, tartaric acid, lecithin. Emulsifying agents are also added during formulations. These are increase the water absorbing capacity of fatty bases. Polysorbates, Tevin 61 and is another name. Wool alcohol, wool fats, you can see in this picture also. Hardening agents are also to be added in these formulations. Which one is? These are involved in those formulations where the melting point of the bases is decreases by the drugs. These are the agents which are used to bring the melting points to normal. Examples, beeswax, macrogols at high molecular weight. Preservatives are also added because to maintain the stability, they also need preservatives. These are the agents which are used in prevent the growth of microbial in suppositories which contains water-soluble bases. Example is chlorocresol, methylparaben, propylparaben as preservatives. Thickening agents are also needed for these suppositories. These are the agents which are used to increase the viscosity of molten bases and prevent sedimentation of suspended in solid bases. Examples are aluminum stearate, colloidal silica, magnesium stearate, stearyl alcohol. Again, you need plasticizers also. These are the agents which are used to improve flexibility of the suppository. It is also used to make less brittle to suppositories. Example is castor oil, glycerine, glycol, Tevin 80, Tevin 85. So how to prepare? Now then, handing, rolling, it is the oldest and the simplest method of suppository preparation and may be used when only a few suppositories are to be prepared. So these are handmade. So initially, now these are formulated on machines, but they can be hand rolling also was done in previous days. So the mass is formed into a ball in the palm of the hands, then rolled into a uniform cylinder with a large spatula or small flat board on a pill tile. The cylinder is then cut into the appropriate number of pieces, which are rolled on one end to produce a conical shape. Effective hand rolling requires considerable practice and skill. A suppository pipe or cylinders tend to crack or hollow in the center, especially when the mass is insufficiently added and softened.